Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to another video on ForgottenWeapons.com. I'm Ian McCollum, and this, I suppose, isn't forgotten, like at all. However, courtesy of Morphe's, we have it out at the range here today, and this is not a Mini 14, this is a Ruger AC-556. So we looked at the mechanical construction of the gun yesterday. If you haven't seen that video, you should go back and check it out. Obviously, what makes this different than a standard Mini 14 is the fact that it's got a 3-round burst and a full auto selector switch on it. So, having never fired one of these before, I'm really curious how it compares in handling and in controllability to an M16, because it's about the same weight. It, of course, fires the same cartridge, and they're kind of came out about the same time. Not exactly, but close enough. So, I have two magazines out here today. I have a good, proper 20-round Ruger-made steel magazine, and I have a clear plastic thermold that hopefully will work. I think it'll work, but I wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't. So, take the safety off, do a couple rounds semi-auto, and then we'll try full auto out of the AC-556. Not bad. Recoils a little bit more, feels like it does, a little bit more than an AR or than an early M16, which is, like I said, about the same weight. So that doesn't bode well for the full auto controllability. I'm going to put it in 3-round burst first. Woo! That's fast and spicy. What do I have left in there? Got enough rounds left in there that I'm going to switch it to unlimited full auto. Let's see, what do I have to do? All right, it does not want to go into unlimited full auto. We'll just end it with burst and we'll go to full on the next magazine. All right. That is definitely not as controllable as a nice lightweight M16A1. But let's do a little more. Okay, so the deal is, and I thought this, but I didn't want to say it before I knew for sure, in order to switch between fire modes from 3-round burst to full auto, you have to have the hammer down, which means there's not really any good way to change from 3-round burst to full auto in the middle of a magazine. What you have to do is empty the gun, dry fire it, then you can switch the selector. So the upshot of this is pick which fire mode you want and set it to that mode before you start shooting. I have now set it to full auto before I've started shooting. So, let's see if this thermold magazine actually works. All right, I had to change camera batteries. Sorry about that. What I was going to say is that this has a relatively small aperture rear sight, and that's nice for making precision, careful shots, but it all just completely goes away when you start firing in full auto, because even if you control the muzzle and you keep it from climbing, which I'm able to do, I think, pretty well, the gun jumps around. The gun is really hammering you, and it's a chaotic sort of recoil. And I found it completely impossible to keep a sight picture while in full auto. So that's an area where the M16 is less of a problem. The M16 is a softer shooting gun, despite the calibers, barrel lengths, and overall weights being the same. It's the mechanical action of the AR lends itself better to controllable full auto fire than the Mini does. Let me, I think I need to confirm this through more field experimentation here. It's tough work, but you know, someone has to do it. Whew. It's not quite M14-like. You don't have to, you know, Bruce Lee hype yourself up to control a burst from it, but it's definitely jarring for the caliber. All right, so the bad news is the AC-556 is not nearly as nice of a gun to control in full auto as the M16. The good news is these have historically, 20 years ago and still today, been about a third the cost of the M16. So it kind of balances out. If this is the sort of thing you're interested in, well, thanks to Morphe's, for giving me a chance to try it out on the clock. But if there's anything else you want, well, they have more machine guns, I think, than pretty much anybody else in the country. So I'm sure they've got a few M16s as well. Anyway, I'm going to dump this magazine all for you guys. Let's see. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to hit any of those bowling pins, but who knows? I hit something.